What's up guys, welcome to Vintage Genetics, where it is all about classic bodybuilding. And it's morning, I just got out of bed and I'm having my breakfast right here. It's some soy yogurt with some granola and raisins with cranberries as well. And I've got a combination shake of whey concentrate, isolate, hydroisolate for a longer period of time of absorption. But yeah, usually I take oatmeal, some raisins, a little bit of almond milk and some whey protein in there usually, but sometimes it's off season, you change up the meal as long as your macros and food choices stay about the same overall. And yeah, look at this, a very shiny face. I always put on moisturizer when I get out of bed. That's the first thing I do when I get out of bed, wash my face and moisturize the face, because we all know that when you wake up, well, at least you should know that your face is very dry, you lose a lot of water, you breathe out at least a liter of water in the night, so you want to moisturize your face because it's sensitive to getting dried out. Anyway, today I'm going to show you what I'm going to be eating and the workout, of course, and I actually will be training the legs, and for that I bought some new shoes. Let me show you. I've bought these ones, and look at what the difference is between regular shoes. Regularly, I had these, which are awesome, by the way, for lunges, hack squats, stuff like that. They are very comfortable, rider wear, available at Body in Fashion, of course. I kind of wear these on a day-to-day basis as well because they're so comfortable. But you will notice that when I'm squatting, I always put this little plateau, this little platform under my heels in order to squat down further because my ankles aren't as flexible. So what you do then is get shoes with an elevated heel already. That way you're much more sturdy, much more stable while doing the squat. I never tried these out. Look at this. It's a very new, kind of expensive. It's Adidas. That's how you say it in Dutch. You can see Adidas. And yeah, I'm very excited to try out these shoes. I also have an application right here, which you can turn and it actually squeezes the shoe, which makes it even a more firm grip. So I'm excited to use these. I'm going to show that later today in this video. I'm going to be enjoying this meal right now, and I will show you the second meal of the day very soon. But for now, I'm going to enjoy this. We arrived at the second meal, and what I wanted to say is that water, guys, when you are eating, you don't want to drink too much water with the meal. You want to drink water in between the meals, especially for people who aren't hungry all the time. Like, if you eat every 2 to 3 hours and after those 2 to 3 hours you're not hungry, just imagine, just think, did I drink water with my last meal? Because if you did, the stomach acids in your stomach obviously will not digest your food as fast as they would if they were more concentrated. If you drink too much water, you dilute your stomach acids and the digestion will be slower. So just something for you guys who have trouble eating enough during the day, and when you're eating and you want to work out as fast as possible, just don't drink water. Even if you feel like you want to drink, just wait a while until it's digested and then you can drink as much as you want. But around the food, no water. Anyway, my second meal of the day is this. Beautiful baked potatoes, broccoli, and some fish. As you can see, white fish, pangius, or how do you say it in English? I don't know, but it's a white fish. I made sure that the source of it is not from Vietnam, because if it is, it probably isn't the good kind of white fish, if you know what I mean. But I like this simple meal, 3 colors, white, green and yellow. carbs in the potatoes, vegetables, micronutrients in the broccoli. I steamed it, by the way, which makes sure that the vitamin C, which is a lot in broccoli, stays put. It's a water soluble, if I said that right, vitamin, which could, if you heat it too much, actually vaporize with the water. Like it, when the water vaporizes from the vegetables, the vitamin could actually go with it if you heat it too much. So steaming is slower and it retains more vitamins. Same goes for the fish, but the fish, it really just tastes better when you steam it. Anyway, I'm going to enjoy this meal, and I'll obviously put some sea salt on there. Kaboom. Don't worry about it, because you actually need this for muscle contractions. Every time I work out, I sweat, you lose the sodium. I do some cardio, you lose the sodium. You use your muscles a lot, you lose the sodium. So if you don't eat too much sodium, you'll be fine. A lot of sodium is present in processed foods, which is why a lot of people have hypertension or high blood pressure. But we as bodybuilders barely eat processed foods. We eat healthy, natural foods in which the sodium content is a lot lower. So adding a little sodium won't hurt. Anyway, let me enjoy this second meal of the day. Actually, guys, my mom just made this juiced fruits and little vegetables. It's orange, lemon, lime, ginger, and some carrots, because we both have a sore throat. I don't know if you can tell, but this is gonna help. It beats any supplement. Natural food is always the best solution. Anyway, I'm going to enjoy this. And all of a sudden, we arrived at the leg workout, and those are my Adidas shoes with the lifted heel. And you're about to see that this is a much better way to squat, because I'm actually able to go below parallel without breaking my form too much. At least it's my first time using these shoes, but as you can see, my feet stay flat on the floor and I'm able to go below parallel, and my back stays relatively straight. I mean, I did not have any back issues or any back pains, which I did get when I did it with flat shoes. You know, when you're tall, your ankles are just not always flexible enough to keep your back straight from, because it will compensate for your ankles not being so flexible to keep the weight balancing on your body, or else you would fall backwards or forwards. But yeah, I love those shoes. They feel very stable, very sturdy, and I'm able to do the squats as they are intended. Below parallel, guys. In my opinion, just going parallel is not good enough. And here I'm going to try a heavier weight. Like, this weight is the starting weight where it starts to become challenging. Like, at least it feels heavy when this weight starts. But what a lot of people do is they don't go as low when the weight gets heavier. But what I experience is that going low like this has really improved my quads. Now, I can probably go a little lower than this, but this feels comfortable for me right now. I'm gonna be practicing my form with these shoes, but I have to say I like them a lot, so they are worth the money to me. And I did quite a lot of sets of squats, like 7 or 8 sets, because this is going to be a basic leg workout, which usually are the best workouts. Just keep it simple. And there are my Skull Candy headphones. Skull Candy Crusher, actually, yeah, that's why I was confused. But anyway, those headphones are amazing if you love bass, guys. And I usually don't take advice from Rich Piana, but in one of his videos he mentioned these headphones, and I somehow, for some reason, took his word for it. I bought them, and I have to say, I love them.
But anyway, this leg press with the feet close to each other, a narrow stance on the plateau, this ensures that the pressure on your quads is on the outside more, and that's what I want. I want the sweep to be incredible, to be amazing, to be beyond what you have ever seen. Tom Platz basically inspires me to create legs like that. I mean, I'll never get legs like him, of course, but he did it in the golden era, and we all know that they did not have this stuff back then that they do now, and legs were not his genetic strong point, because in earlier pictures his legs were actually underdeveloped, so he worked very hard for it with different techniques, and I like using those techniques with the dog squat, for example, but I like to do things for the outer sweep of the quads. Doing different stances like this really brings out the separation on the outside and the sweep, so I recommend you guys doing that if you want to improve that. And by the way, in the last set on the leg press, I did 21s to really burn the legs, because it's a basic workout. You really want to get the most out of every single exercise, and this will actually be an interesting combination. The leg curls and the leg extensions, they are antagonist muscles, which means when I'm doing the leg curl right here, the quad is stretched and the hamstring is contracted, and here it's the opposite. The quads are being contracted right now and the hamstrings are being stretched. This causes a rush of blood and nutrients to the muscles, and it actually reoxygenates, brings oxygen to the muscle more, and of course it just feels amazing to have a good pump from doing supersets like this. There are different ways of doing the leg curl, by the way. You can do it with a narrow stance, or how do you say it, narrow positioning, or a wide positioning, depending on which part of the hamstring you want to train. But most importantly, always go all the way down, stretch the hamstrings, and go as far up as you can. Shorten those hamstrings as much as you possibly can, because that means that the distance from lengthening and shortening is the largest, and when you can maximize this distance, you can maximize the effect of the exercise. And the same goes for the leg extensions. You want to go all the way up. I see too many people going up 75%, 80%. You got to go up 100%. Tom Platz even did 110%. But that's could be something that's too much for your knees. But anyway, going all the way up will ensure the maximum contraction on the quads and will cause this exercise to be of greater use for your muscle growth. Oops. Spilled a little water with BCAAs in there. Smells like cherries all over this place, man. And it wasn't my bottle. But anyway, we keep going, and we already arrived at the first calf exercise, and this is one of my favorites. It's starting to become my favorite on the horizontal leg press. It just causes an enormous tension in my calves, and I can go heavier than the heaviest weight on here, but the feeling is so great that I don't care. When I can't go heavier, I'll just use one leg to make it harder on myself, which I will actually do after this exercise. But as I always say on calves, a lot of people don't go all the way up and all the way down. If you want big calves, which I worked for hard, I worked for a lot, you always gotta do a full range of motion. Stretch the calf muscles, stretch those muscle fibers and contract them as hard as you can at the top. When you notice that you're unable to do this, just lighten the weight. Just put that muscle under the correct tension, and not just momentum, but tension at the top and at the very bottom. Alright, I just got home from this leg workout. It's around 9 p.m. right now, and I just finished my post-workout meal, which is right here. 125 grams of basmati rice, 200 grams, let me turn this off, of vegetables, and these little vegetarian patties, which have about 20 grams of protein per 100 grams, and I put 200 grams in here. The reason why there's not a lot of protein in here is because I already had my post-workout shake of 40 grams of whey. And here, this is for tomorrow actually, for tomorrow in class, go to school tomorrow. This is a rice meal, 150 grams, this too. This one has trout. And here I have some tilapia, from a good source of course, which we'll put in this meal. And yeah, that basically, and I prepared this with the Active Fry, by the way. Some turmeric, you can see 150 grams of vegetables in here, and there as well. I actually put a little more rice in this one, a little less in here, because this is more protein than this trout, which I'm gonna put in there. So to even the scales, I'm gonna have this one, the first or the second meal of the day, when I'm at school, and this is the third, because the sooner on the day it is, the more carbs will be utilized according to your natural body mechanisms. Oh yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna enjoy this meal quite a lot. Enough carbs, micronutrients, protein, and healthy fats using coconut oil. So yes. Alrighty, I'm about to have my post-workout meal. Look at that, pretty big, and it has to be in a container like this. The plates were not available anymore. And usually after working out, let's see what do we have. Some omega-3s with this meal. And because, as I always tell you, when your meal has no animal proteins, the probability that leucine, which is an essential amino acid for muscle growth, it might be in a low range. So adding leucine like this from Cytic Nutrition, as you can see, essential amino acid, adding this will ensure that your amino acid of leucine is high enough, because your body cannot produce it by itself, and you want the maximum benefit of this amino acid, so take it in when you need to. I'm finding something, looking for something here. And also the milk thistle, which is actually in my closet right there. Milk thistle, because when you work out, you produce toxins inside of your muscles, and to get rid of them, to help your liver get rid of them, milk thistle is something I recommend. Also from Cytic Nutrition. Actually, it's right here. Liver support. I didn't see it, but liver support milk thistle extract. That's what I like to use. So I'm going to enjoy this meal. And actually, what did you guys think of the shoes? Let's see. These, you saw that I was squatting pretty deep with a pretty good form. I'm still getting used, of course, to these shoes. But the first time, literally the very first time I've ever used shoes like this, and it went pretty well. Normally I stand on a platform. What the hell? That's about this high, so it's ideal. And I was able to use it throughout the entire leg session. I thought on a leg press it wouldn't really be comfortable, but actually I was able to go deeper with a better muscle contraction. It was a little harder to do the exercise, but hey, these shoes are amazing, in my opinion, but they cost a lot too, so they gotta be. Anyway, tomorrow is school, and I gotta sleep in about 2 hours, so I'm gonna have this meal. Then right before sleeping, I'm gonna have a shake and some almonds or walnuts or cashew nuts to slow down digestion, and that's gonna be it for today. Alrighty guys, I'm about to head to bed. Gotta get up early tomorrow. It's about a 1.5 hour drive, and school starts at 8:45, so you know, quite early, at least for me. And I'm gonna have a shake right before bed.
Cytec Nutrition Vanilla. I mix this up usually with soy milk because it has extra protein in there, and it tastes a lot better than with water personally. And I'm going to have my zinc before bed. Actually makes me sleep better, and it's a testosterone aid. And on top of that, some CLAs, which if you take enough of it aids in body fat loss, and it's good for your blood lipid profiles. And yeah, that's basically it what I'm gonna eat right now. So I hope you enjoyed this video, but before I leave you, I actually have something to show you. Let me start up the screen right now, because I'm doing another giveaway. I did one on my Facebook last time, but I did not say so on Facebook, so let me show you. Alright, you can basically win the following right here. Let me turn this around. Kaboom. So, by the way, this is quite an awesome screen. So this is my account, and I posted this post just now, and you have until this Thursday, which, let me see, Thursday the 23rd, at least in my time. Anywhere on this day I might announce the winner, probably late on this day. For you, probably around 6 p.m. if you live in the United States. But what can you win? You can win any black or white fitted shirt, no matter what design it is. You can win it, and all you have to do is like this post, like my page, and if you tag a friend, you gotta comment of course as well. And if you tag a friend, you get an extra chance. And if you share this post, that will be appreciated. And the way that I choose the winner is really random. I just fill it in on a website. You fill this link in, and it automatically selects a winner for you based on likes and comments and stuff like that. So I might film that as well to show you how that goes. But yeah, just so you know, this is the website. Let me go to the shirts. So these are the shirts you can win. For example, this one and this one. These are the scoop neck shirts. These are not included in the giveaway, just the fitted shirts. As you can see, the black and red ones. These are red. So yeah, those are the shirts you can choose. Anyway, whoa, look at the color change. Okay, well, it's probably because of the website. Let me see. Oh yeah, that's a nice one. Anyway, I'm gonna go to bed. I want to sleep at least 7 hours, preferably 8 hours. Last night I slept like 10 hours, so compensating a little bit. But anyway, I'm gonna go to sleep, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and don't forget to stay golden.